All right, I am back. The jet lag is real, but we got some big news out of the ATF regarding some of the Biden gun control policies that have kind of destroyed the Second Amendment administratively for the last 4 years. We're finally seeing some real movement as a result of that Second Amendment executive order that was issued by President Donald Trump back in February. Yesterday, the U.S. Department of Justice repealed a significant gun control policy that had been crushing the Second Amendment industry. Stay tuned as I unpack what this means for gun dealers, the firearms industry, and public safety. And there's more tidbits coming, so you're going to want to stay tuned. I'm also going to tell you that this is good, but it's the zero tolerance policy can go right back into effect, and I'll tell you why. But before we dive in, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you never miss an update on critical issues like this. And real quick, today's video is powered by Blackout Coffee. If you want coffee roasted with the same boldness and fire as our Constitution, then head over to blackoutcoffee.com/GNG and use code GNG10 for 10% off your order. Thanks to Blackout Coffee for keeping patriots like us engaged, energized, and informed. All right, guys, depending on when you're watching this, April 7th, 2025, is when the Department of Justice officially rolled back the zero tolerance policy established under President Biden's administration. The policy mandated the revocation of firearms licenses, FFLs, for gun dealers who the ATF claim willfully committed violations such as failing to conduct background checks or selling firearms to prohibited individuals. Things that FFLs were able to get jammed up for and have their licenses removed forever since the FFL program really started. Now, gun control advocates had championed this policy as a crucial measure to combat illegal gun trafficking and jet lag is real, and to prevent firearms from falling into the wrong hands. However, the firearms industry and advocacy groups argued that the enforcement was overly punitive, penalized dealers for minor infractions such as clerical errors, and it threatened the livelihood of small business owners. And we saw hundreds of FFLs stripped. People lost their livelihood. And this repeal aligns with President Donald Trump's directive for a comprehensive review of gun regulations implemented by his predecessor. It's part of a broader effort to reassess policies perceived as restrictive to Second Amendment rights. Kash Patel, currently serving as both FBI director and acting ATF director, has been vocal about his stance on gun regulations. Patel has criticized previous ATF leadership. He's said that they aim to infringe upon Americans' right to keep and bear arms, as well as other things just like you and I. Kash is one of us. So now he's actually taking action to undo one of those anti-freedom policies. And he also is undertaking an immediate review on the ban of pistol braces, as well as the engaged in business regulations. Now, this is a phenomenal step at shrinking ATF overreach. However, reversing a policy has pros and cons. The pros are pretty easy. They're faster and easier. Executive agencies like ATF can change policies more quickly than Congress can pass or repeal a law. It can be done without Congress. A president-appointed agency head, like Kash Patel, can shift direction, especially with support from the administration, and it can have immediate effect. A policy reversal can halt enforcement or change how rules are interpreted almost overnight. There are also cons with it. They're temporary. What do you mean, Jared? Well, the next administration or the agency head appointed by the administration can reverse it. This lacks permanence. It's also subject to lawsuits. Courts can strike down this reversal if it's not done properly under the Administrative Procedure Act, just like we cheered when judges destroyed the pistol brace rule. And it's not really law. I mean, none of these things are. The agency rules aren't laws passed by elected representatives, so they carry less democratic legitimacy. Again, it's a good first step, but we need something more permanent so that the next goofball administration doesn't just burden us by what has been undone. Also, Kash, Pam, and the Don need to act quickly on the frames and receivers rule, especially since the United States Supreme Court denied certiorari for the Vanderstock case yesterday meaning the rule stays in place and in effect for now. It was up on an interlocutory basis, meaning it wasn't the final judgment, but it would have been nice for the Supreme Court to say, you know what, shall not be infringed means what it says, and we meant what we said in Bruin. Also, there's still no news on the Snope or the Ocean State tactical cases. That's the assault weapon ban and the magazine restriction cases. And those cases are now likely heading for conference number 10, which means 9 times the Supreme Court has looked at them and said, you know what, we're not going to make a decision on whether we're going to hear those cases or not yet. So we'll see what happens there. This development marks a pivotal shift in the nation's approach to gun control and dealer accountability. And as this debate continues, I will keep you informed on the latest updates. Remember, like this video, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis on issues that impact our freedoms and the Second Amendment. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate your support for the channel, especially since I've been away for a few days. It means a lot to have y'all here, and let's try to fix what's going wrong here. Appreciate y'all. Be safe, stay vigilant, carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. We don't get our rights from government. Take care.